warm up, guys. All right, I'm warmed up. Let's do this. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. To all my preloaders, always good to have you guys with me. You know how I feel about you. All right, thank you for being dedicated to being proficient in slow speed motorcycle operation and setting the example of how important this really is. All right, for those of you that have never been to this channel, I'll tell you a little bit about myself and this channel. My name is Robert. I'm a retired NYPD Highway Patrol motorcycle lieutenant. I did a wonderful 22-year career with the NYPD. 15 of those years were spent with the motorcycle unit. The name of this channel is called Robert Simmons Paying It Forward. And the purpose of this channel is twofold. The first part is me sharing my knowledge, experience, and training that I attained from the NYPD Highway Patrol motorcycle unit with you guys, with the focus on slow speed motorcycle operation, because I feel that's the most important part of operating a motorcycle, because that part requires 100% of your skill to keep this motorcycle upright 15 miles per hour or less without putting your feet out like this and without getting that feeling of uncertainty. The second part is I want you to be the boss of your motorcycle. What do I mean by that? That simply means the boss is always in 100% control. So by you being the boss of your motorcycle, that means you're making right turns, left turns, and U-turns with zero intimidation. That means you're always in total control. You're in control of this motorcycle. It's not in control of you. And again, being in total control makes this whole experience better. Yes, it makes you a safer rider, but it also makes riding more enjoyable to you, because nothing's fun when you have to be intimidated. Okay? All right. And lastly, I hold practice sessions in the parking lot, which is where I am now, on a weekly basis. And I try to flip-flop it, one week Saturday, the next week Sunday. And I always base it on the weather, whatever day has the best weather, that's the day I'm going to choose. Or I'll base it on my schedule as well if I have something planned. So those practice sessions, again, it's not a class, those are sessions. They're free of charge. They're free of charge to my preloaders only. Okay? And I think that's very fair. So if you'd like to be a preloader, all you have to do is A, be subscribed, B, be dedicated to being proficient in slow speed motorcycle operation. Those are the prerequisites. That's it. Very easy. And as I always say, you guys could be doing anything with your time, and the fact that you choose to spend a little bit of it with me, I appreciate it. You know what else I appreciate, guys? You. I appreciate all of you guys, whether you're a preloader or not. Of course, my preloaders are always going to get a little bit more accolades because they're just dedicated, all right? And those are the types of people that are going to make this riding community better and safer, all right? We're knocking down that 2% number. We got to raise that up. So we're not knocking it down, we're building it up. We're knocking down that 98% number. How about that? Okay? But I appreciate you guys. For everybody that has donated to the channel, all right, and supported the channel, I highly appreciate that. Okay? For the emails, the comments, all the positivity, all the love. Not just towards me, but towards each other. I love it, guys, so I appreciate it all. You guys know I don't take anything for granted, not one thing. Not your words, not your donations, not your gifts, nothing. Guys, if you like this video or any other videos that I've put out, please subscribe, like, and share. Sharing is very important. We have to get as many people as possible aware of how important it is to learn how to actually ride this motorcycle instead of the motorcycle riding you. Also, for those of you that would also like to contribute and support the channel, you can do so by sending your donations via Zelle or Venmo to the email address on the upper right hand portion of your screen. And if there's anything else you guys would like to send to me, you can send it to this address right here. All right? Okay, it is 54 degrees, it's going up to about 63 today. Today is, it's Sunday, it's January 24th. And today we're gonna be doing slow speed motorcycle riding. This is practice session number 9. And as I always say to you guys, I don't know who's coming out here. Could be 5 people, could just be me. Either way, there's gonna be some practicing happening today. All right, so without further ado, let's get to it. All right, guys, we're gonna get started here. We got some riders that showed up. Now today, just to let you guys know, because one of the guys that showed up today, he came here from 2 hours, he's from Florida. So I actually have 10 exercises out here today, something to challenge him, okay? He did say he's been working on his right turns. All right, I'm not gonna take too much of his time. I'll let him tell you guys. All right, so let's go meet some of these riders. Okay, you guys see Bill right there? That's the crew we got right here. Bill's schooling the people. Now do you guys remember when Bill first came here? He came here in a red F1, was it red? Yeah. Bill came in with a red F-150 and he told me he could do the U-turn, but I'd have to widen it. Remember that? All right, we got another red F-150 out here, and it's not Bill this time. Introduce yourself, brother.
I'm James Lucido, Somerville, South Carolina.
All right, James, tell us about the red F-150.
That's a 2018 Shelby F-150, number 300 of 500 made worldwide.
We're going to look at it. Let's check out the stabilization on this camera. Oh, yeah. And we're going to talk to him and we're going to ask him, why is he not on his motorcycle? Now, I do like it. And I do like that. That's a very nice truck. I'll tell you that much. That is a very nice truck. All right. All right, we're getting close to 9,000 subscribers, so at least 9,000 people want to know. Where is your motorcycle?
In the garage. My Gumata is sleeping.
All right, what are you riding? What do you ride?
I ride a 16 CVO Road Glide.
What year?
16.
Exactly. As soon as I asked you and I put the mic towards you, I said, he just told you stupid. Okay, how long you been riding that motorcycle?
That motorcycle since 16.
How long you been riding a motorcycle?
A motorcycle, 31, 32 years.
Okay, and if you had to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, in your slow speed motorcycle operating skills, what would you give yourself?
I would say 2, maybe a 2.5. I have a lot of bad habits.
Okay, 2.5 is good. 2.5 is good. We're not going to be able to work on them today, but when's your motorcycle going to be back up and running, do you think?
I get the lights tomorrow. I can be here Tuesday.
Okay, but I want you to practice on your own before you get here, okay?
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right, good to meet you, brother.
Same here.
Okay. All right, we got to talk to this guy right here, and you're going to understand why when I say that to you. Well, first of all, it's his first time here, so we want to talk to the people that have been here. We want to talk to people that haven't been here before first. What's your name, good gentleman?
Loren Young from Belvedere, Georgia. Belvedere Island.
Okay, have you guys heard of this place before? Because Bill over here, Bill said, I'm a truck driver. Never heard of this place. So we're going to have to Google that. All right, how long you been riding?
40 years.
40 years, wow. What are you riding?
Riding a 13 Harley-Davidson CVO Breakout.
Okay, guys, I've been waiting for this. Look at this motorcycle. One word describes it. Woo! And according to, tell me your name again?
Loren.
Loren. According to Loren, this is mostly stock. These wheels are stock, correct, Loren?
Yes.
That's amazing. And they came chromed?
Yes.
Wow. Look at that paint job on this. I mean, it's really nice. Really nice motorcycle. You guys see that fat tire? All right now. That's like M109R. How long have you been riding this motorcycle?
I've had this one a couple of years.
Just a couple.
Yeah.
All right. And you said you've been riding for 42 years, 41?
About 40 years, give
Okay.
or take, something like that.
If you had to rate your skills, slow speed riding, 1 to 10, 10 being the best, how'd you rate yourself?
Maybe a 3.
Okay.
Something like that.
3 is good. 3 is good. So glad to have you here. All right. We're going to have fun. Next, we got Al here. I hate to say people's name, but then I say, hey, what's your name? How you doing? What's your name?
Al.
It was funny when I said to Bill, I said, hey, Bill, tell the people your name. And he said, Bill? Al, how long you been riding?
I've had my license 18 months, and I've actually been riding maybe 8 months.
Okay, you got that answer together this week,
Yeah,
right?
I messed up. I said I was riding 18 months. No, that's not true.
Okay. And what are you riding?
A 07 Ultra Classic Harley Davidson.
Okay, let's go look at her. Now you have to keep in mind, you got some stuff laying on the floor.
Oh, it's all right. It's not going far.
I know that you've told us 3 weeks in a row, but there are always people watching the videos, and I will encourage people to watch the videos. My practice sessions are in numerical order. This is practice session number 9. So if you've never watched them, just start from the beginning and keep going. You'll get to meet some fellow preloaders, learn about them, and then when certain things are said that are kind of like inside jokes or comments, you'll know what we're talking about. All right, Al, scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, how would you rate your slow speed motorcycle operating skills?
I'm still sticking with 1.5.
Okay, Al's a 1.5, and that's fine. All right, Al, have you been practicing since the last time we were here?
I couldn't. Had to go to Harley Davidson Monday. Well, really Tuesday.
Why, what
went
happened?
out. Clutch went out
Clutch went out.
when I got to the light.
Do you have a cable clutch?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Now I got a Screaming Eagle package in there now.
Beautiful. He's got a cable clutch, so everybody knows the 2021 Harley went back to a cable clutch. A couple of people asked me, how do I feel about that? So I don't have a problem with my hydraulic clutch. I do understand the concern with people with smaller hands because the clutch hand has to be opened wider to engage it, and it doesn't feel that stable with your hand open while you're trying to make turns. So I do get that. And I understand the advantage of being able to adjust the clutch, because when I was in motorcycle school, oh yeah, everybody would have them adjust the clutch on the motorcycle that they were riding to their comfort. So that is advantageous. All right? Okay. Introduce yourself, sir.
Bill,
Bill, where you from, Bill?
Alabama, about 20 miles from.
Excuse me, Bill. Al, where you from?
A little town called Garden City.
Okay. You see, now when I used to stop people on the street and ask them simple pedigree questions, if they ever paused like Al just did, my level of suspicion always went up because he doesn't know where he lives. He was like, all right, just messing around. Okay, Bill, what are you riding?
2020 Sport Glide Harley.
How long have you been riding that, and how long have you been riding?
Been riding that about 5 months now, I think, and prior to that, a couple months since I got out of it 20 years ago. So had about 4 or 5 years before that.
Okay, very good. Let's go take a look at it. And everybody knows already that I love Bill's motorcycle. Bill's motorcycle is like a transformer. He can take a bunch of things off of it in like 5 minutes. That's correct, Bill?
That's correct.
And then it changes the whole look of the motorcycle. Take the bags off. You said what else? Take the windshield off?
Yeah, the whole fairing comes off in 2 clips, and it's all.
Oh, the whole fairing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I ride like that sometime here for practice. I think I did it one time.
Look at that. Look at that. Right off.
I got a naked bike.
Now you got a naked bike and a lot of stuff in your eyes. Well, he wears a full face helmet, so he can get away with that. I will tell you guys, though, riding a motorcycle, it will wear you out without the wind hitting you. So with the wind hitting you, yeah, it's a whole different kind of riding, I'll tell you that much. All right.
If Al is a 1.5, I'm going to drop back to a 1 1/4.
You're 1 1/4?
I'm gonna have
Okay.
to, because if he's 1 1/2, I'm not quite there.
Okay. All right.
I gotta be fair.
Listen, you guys are killing me with the fractions.
Video number 7.
Killing me with the fractions. 1 1/4. Okay, and last but certainly not least, and I have to look around first because I've said several times last but not least, and it's like 2 people over there. We got us. I'm not going to say his name. Introduce yourself, brother.
I'm Jerry from La Crosse, Florida.
Jerry, how long you been riding?
Oh, I guess probably 40 years altogether, but I only been riding on the street about a year and a half.
Where else were you riding? In the backyards or the
In the woods and riding motocross, dirt bikes.
whole different kind of riding?
Yep,
Absolutely.
completely different.
What are you riding now?
2016 Electroglide Ultra.
Okay, we're going to take a look at her. I don't know if you guys remember Jerry. I've been calling you Jesse. Guys, please, if I mispronounce your name, let me know because I feel foolish. I'm bad at names, but for some reason, when I get out here with you guys, I get your name and that's it. It's locked. And you rode here from Florida.
Right, 3 hours and 20 minutes.
How was that ride? I know you said it was raining when you first left.
It was raining when I left. About an hour from home, it quit.
All right. All right. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, how would you rate your slow speed motorcycle operating skill?
I'm gonna say a 5.5.
Okay. And I got no gripes with his number. He's good. If you guys remember him, he's good. He's determined. He said he's been working on his right turns because that's the one thing he was struggling with, as do I. So I get it. All right. Anyway, it's enough talk. We're gonna get started. We got 10 exercises out here today. 10. Now I encourage everybody to try anything if they really feel comfortable. If they don't, then they don't have to. But I know for a fact that Jerry's doing all 10 exercises. All right, and I'll be doing them with him. All right, guys, we'll be back at you. All right, guys, first of all, I'm sorry. I need to see your phone that you're subscribed. And, well, you don't even have a motorcycle yet, but I know you're subscribed. Actually, I don't know you're subscribed. I'm pretty sure you are, but I don't want it to appear to be any impropriety. And of course, the only reason this has to be done is there are people that they just forget about it. You know, it's like even if their brain says, "All right, let me hit that button," they forget to hit it. So, no big deal. Your gloves are on the floor. Did you put them there on purpose, Al?
Well, one of them fell off again.
Subscriptions.
I'm good.
Gotcha.
They're not going to get away.
All right, thank you. All right, guys. So, most of you have been here before, and the ones that haven't been here before, you've watched it, so it may as well be like you've been here before. As I stated earlier, we have 10 exercises here. The rules are simple. If you knock down a cone, pick it up. If I catch you grabbing that front brake, 10 push-ups. It's voluntary. It's just meant to help you out. You know, no big deal. It's all done out of fun. I'm not going to talk about each exercise until we're actually at it. Again, if you've been watching it, you're already familiar. But the first exercise, which you would think is not necessary, yeah, it's good to practice it because it's really basic one-on-one fundamentals, stopping and starting. And I'll tell you right now, Al, last week, when he stopped and he took off, I read it in the comments too. People said, I mean, right away you see the improvement, you know. But what I want you to do, Al, is when you take off smoothly, preload, keep it loaded, let the clutch out. As soon as it starts to move, pick your foot up. You do that excellent over there. And then as soon as we get to like the right turns and left turns, you're back to this, like the unsure. Don't worry about it. Pick up your foot as soon as it starts to move. And if you feel like this, just let the clutch out a little bit more. Because if you go a little bit fast, that's what the rear brake is for. You'll check yourself. All right? All right. So the first thing I want you guys to do is go around here. When you get over there, I want you to ride down here. I'll be standing over there between those 2 cones. And I want you to get up to at least second gear. And we're practicing downshifting, initially braking with the front brake, and then coming off that front brake when you get below 20 miles per hour, downshift to first gear, rear brake only, coming to a smooth stop, and so that when you stop, your left foot goes down. Now, as I stated before, if when you're coming to a stop, the bike is a little bit off balance, so at that point you have to, if the bike's falling to the right and you have to put your right foot down, obviously it's okay to touch the front brake at that point because you're almost stopped anyway, so nothing's going to happen. All right, but it's obviously as soon as the bike stops, then you put your right foot back on the brake, Put your left foot on the ground. Well, actually, put your left foot on the ground first. Then put your right foot on the brake, and you're good to go. All right? I want everybody to know that the whole putting the left foot down only, it's a preference. You don't have to do that all the time. We always have to use common sense standards. There's exceptions to everything. Okay? For instance, when you're riding 2 up, after you come to a stop with the rear brake, put both your feet down. It just makes more sense. You got sometimes people on the back, and my wife, she decided to go, hey. And I was like, oh, you know. And as soon as she did that, I said, the next time I make a video, I'm going to tell people, when you got somebody on the back, put 2 feet down because they might want to move around a little bit. All right? All right. Enough said about that. I'll meet you guys all the way over there. You can line up however you want. What's up, buddy? He is subscribed. All right. Excellent. All right, guys, here we go. Something that seems so simple, but you know, there are people that struggle with it, and that's why we practice. We got Bill coming first. Excellent, Bill. Very good. Reload. I still see he's not keeping it loaded. Very good. See how his motorcycle sounds when he starts? It stays loud. Bill, it starts loud and then it goes down. I want him to keep it loaded. Beautiful. That's how it should sound. Preload, keep it loaded as you drive off. Because remember, you're driving off and your goal is to go to 2nd gear, 3rd gear. So what would be the purpose of coming out of the throttle? Stay in the throttle. Oh, much better. You guys remember Al set a record for the longest skid, the rear wheel. Preload and keep it loaded the whole time. Keep it loaded. There we go. That's what I like to hear. Beautiful. Preload and keep it loaded as you pull off. Keep it loaded.
I was in second last time.
Oh, you were second. Much better. Bill said he was in 2nd gear last time. That's why that happened. I see Jerry over there practicing, making his right turns, practicing those right turns. This motorcycle looks good from every angle. All right, beautiful. You can park where we started. Very nice. Not ridiculously loud. Very good. I see you practicing those right turns too. All right, go back where we started. Perfect. Park back where we started. All right, it was perfect. Exercise number 2. Moving along. All right, guys. That was perfect. Beautiful. The only thing I saw that was a little bit off. He already told me. He said he was in 2nd gear, so that's why it was like the takeoff was like. But yeah, that's phenomenal. Okay, exercise number 2, which Jerry was already doing. I'm happy to see that. I was just saying, if Jerry's going to ride over 2 hours to get here, he's going to get his time's worth. There's no money's worth because we're not paying for this. Time's worth. And I'm going to give him his time's worth too. All right? So if he told me, I'm not leaving here until 6 o'clock, I want to ride at night as well, guess what? We'll be out here practicing at night. All right. Exercise number 2 is basically the slow ride. This is what you should be practicing at traffic lights prior to the traffic light if it's red. I want you to go as slow as you can. I want you to keep your throttle up. It's very important to keep the throttle up, and you're using that rear brake. You're looking straight ahead, going as slow as you can. And what this is doing is it's trying to retrain you to not react to your instinct of putting your foot down when it feels like the motorcycle is going to fall. Because all you're going to do, being that you're already loaded, is just keep opening the clutch and using the rear brake to slow you back down. Okay? Don't have to go in a straight line, nothing like that. All right, everybody cool with that? Everybody understand that? And after that, we'll be doing exercise number 3. The only difference with exercise number 3 is you're not moving. You're coming from a standstill. We'll talk about that when we get to it. Now, I knew Jerry was going to be front and center. I knew it. In case you guys don't know, Jerry likes to do this anyway back home as a competition with some buddies. So, look at him. So it's not a coincidence that he's good at this. I think Jerry might be the valedictorian of today's class. We'll see. I've been wrong before, but I don't think I'm going to be wrong this time. Excellent, Jerry. Excellent. Stop. Stop. See, you're doing it again. As soon as you go to start, I'm looking at your left foot going like this on the ground. I don't want to see that. As soon as the motorcycle starts to move, pick up your foot. Preload. And keep it that way. It's too low. Preload. It's too low. Stop. Stop. Are you in first gear? Are you in first gear? Make sure you sure? Yes. Okay, your throttle is too low. You almost stalled out twice. You got it?
And the pedal too.
What's wrong with the pedal?
I had them to change that at Harley Davidson.
Mhm.
I'm getting used to it.
Okay.
Because it's a little far forward, and then also I got to get used to. I had them to redo this, and so it's right there at the handlebar instead of this way out.
What does any of that have to do with the throttle? The answer is 0.
0.
I need to hear that throttle. It's too low. Preload. Yeah, keep it like that. Keep it like that. Yeah, keep it like that. No, it keeps going down. Keep it up. Keep that throttle up. Al's motorcycle's throttle has erectile dysfunction. It won't stay up. I want him to keep it up. There we go. Keep the throttle up. Keep it up. It's better. When he first started, his throttle was going up and down. I want it to be steady. Good. Keep it like that. That's how it should sound. Hear how his throttle is steady. Perfect. And that's why I'm walking next to him. I want you to hear his throttle is steady. Perfect. That's what I want it to sound like. That's what I want it to look like. Hear Jerry's throttle? It's up the whole time. The only time you heard it go higher is when he was really going to lose his balance. And that's when you give it a little throttle, give it a little more, let the clutch out a little more. You can park over there when you're done. Good job, Jerry. There we go. There we go. That's what I want to hear. Much better. You guys hear his throttle? There's the difference. Before you saw his motorcycle going too low. It was about to stall out. Much better. like looking at his motorcycle. The fact that he's doing it perfectly is just a cherry on the top. All right, exercise number 3. You got to keep that throttle up. Second time you went through, perfect, perfect. It has to be steady. If you listen to his motorcycle when he goes through, or Jerry's motorcycle, matter of fact, you heard Jerry's motorcycle go up once because he was getting ready to lose it. That's what you need to do. Perfect. Let the clutch out a little. Use that rear brake, get you right back to where you were. But outside of that, Bill, excellent. Keeping the throttle. It has to stay steady. All right? Because if at the time that you need the power, it's low. Okay? All right. Exercise number 3, trust and believe. All right? That's the name of this exercise. I'll demonstrate it. Yeah, if only Harley Davidson would let us know what gear we're in without us having to let the clutch out, you know? I mean, it would be beautiful. Yeah, because that's usually when we need to know. When the clutch is out, you know. But anyway, I digress. Make sure the motorcycle's in first gear. Cover the rear brake. Find the sweet spot on your clutch and go under it. Don't deviate far from it. When I say go under it, go to the spot where you don't have any power, but right before the spot where you do. And that way, when you need the power, all you have to do is open your hand this much. You don't have to do anything crazy. You don't have to pop the clutch out. Now, last week when we were doing this, I remember I told Al, just open the clutch. The reason I told him that is his throttle was so low that even if he just opened his clutch, he would have been fine. Now, obviously, if you're like, if you're at 4,000 RPM, no, you don't want to open your clutch all the way. But anyway, again, starting over, making sure the motorcycle's in first gear, covering the rear brake, finding the sweet spot on your clutch, go right under it, don't deviate far from it, preload, and keep it loaded. If you don't hear your engine and it's not steady, you're doing it wrong. And as soon as you are ready, pick your left foot off the ground. We're not doing exercise number 1. I don't want the motorcycle to move first and then you pick your foot up. I want you to pick your foot up while the motorcycle is standing still. And right there, you saw I did that, and my reaction is to put my foot down. But we're not going to do that. All we're going to do is open up the clutch, and the motorcycle will pick you right up. All right? So let's do it. Am I in first gear? Yes. All right. Find my sweet spot. There it is. I'm not going to deviate far from it. Preload. Keep it loaded. Side, reload, find the sweet spot. Remember I told you guys, maybe I didn't tell you, but I definitely said it on video, that feeling of uh-oh never goes away. I don't care how much you practice because it's an instinct. The only difference is our reaction to that, which is not to follow the other instinct, which is to put our foot down. So the second time I did that and the motorcycle leaned to the right, I felt it like, oh, shh. But as soon as I open up the clutch, it immediately goes away because I feel the motorcycle go from this to this. All right? All right, so I know you guys love doing this. I know this is Al's favorite exercise. So I know he's going to go first. I know it. I'm just going to tell him to go first because otherwise it's going to be a fight out here. He's going to be fighting you guys to go first. Here comes my wife. She just comes by to check on me every now and again. Make sure I'm okay. Ask me if I want anything, which I always tell her no. And then she leaves. My wife, I thank her so much for everything that she does. You guys don't even know how supportive that woman is. The whole preloaders thing, that was her idea. She said, people like to be a part of something. You need to come up with a name for your followers. She said, how about preloaders? I said, that's perfect. The whole t-shirt thing, her idea. She's the one working on that. copywriting or trademarking the word preload, that's all her. She's just a bright woman that if it's out there, she's gonna read it. There we go. And see, little things like that, the way you took off and picked your foot up right away, that small thing is gonna be the start of everything else. That's how you always take off. As soon as that bike starts to move, pick that foot up, but make sure the throttle, make sure you got enough throttle.
As you create the fear factor, I just forgot what we're supposed to do.
Okay, you're making sure first that you're in first gear.
Yes.
Where's the sweet spot on your clutch? Right there. Oh, that's perfect. Look at that. All right, that's beautiful. So you're going to stay a little bit under that so that when you want power, it's right there. Preload. Open the clutch a little bit. Let me see. All right, your sweet spot is further up. Preload. Keep it loaded. Pick your foot up, and as soon as it feels like the motorcycle is going to fall, just open up the clutch. That's all. There we go. Next. Al's got to change his underwear. All right, you know what to do. Oh, beautiful. He didn't even preload. He said, screw the preload. I'm just going to pick my foot up and go from there. I'm liking the lead and the turns already. Preload. Very good. Okay, it's okay. There we go. Good job. Whoa, what's going on here? Bill was doing this. I don't know why, but he's warming up though. He's warming up. Preload. There we go. Good job, Bill. Al, that was perfect. We need to have you do a video just on that. That's how good that was. Copy and paste. Let's do it again. That's good. Let the clutch out to the right before the sweet spot. Good. Good. I want to get past that. Because his engine is doing that because his throttle's too low. Reload. There we go. Oh, get that throttle up, Jerry. Perfect. It's all good. Trust and believe. There we go. Good job. All right, after this, we can go over to exercise number 4. Good job. After you finish this one, exercise number 4. Right turns and left turns. Reload. Keep it loaded. There we go. Come on. Go, go, go. All right, that was good. After this, exercise number 4, all the way over there. Yeah, he's going to do well too, I can tell. Good use of the rear brake. All right, trust and believe. Keep the throttle up. Woo! Erectile dysfunction of the throttle. Exercise number 4. All right, this is another one of Al's favorite exercises, right turns and left turns. Okay, so I'm always going to start on the right because the right turns, that's my, issues. Not so much with this, it's more so with leaning turns, but still, I have to get it out of my head. So what I want you guys to do first is just ride through it without stopping. Make a right turn. We'll do left turns first, I'm sorry. Just ride straight through, come around. Once everybody goes through once, then I want you to stop. Now, I want you to stop before the white line. A good amount away from the white line, because I want you to have enough room to be able to go straight a little bit and kind of negotiate that turn. And then the third time you come, I want you to put your wheel right after this white line, which would be side by side with the cone. Now, technically, even there, you can still go straight a little bit and turn. But what I want you to know is you don't have to lean your motorcycle to make this turn. You can make this turn with your motorcycle straight up. If you need to lean, though, there's no problem with that, okay? I just want to let you know you don't have to. I want you to also realize that you're doing the same thing that you all did perfectly in exercise number 1, as far as the takeoff. You're doing the same thing. The only difference is you're turning the handlebars, okay? So when you first go to move, you're preloading and you're keeping it loaded. You let the clutch out slowly. The reason you let it out slowly is obviously you don't want to go too fast. But if you feel like you're going too fast at any point, that's what the rear brake is for, okay? And then if you use the rear brake and you feel like, oh, I slowed down too much, that's what the throttle's for, because remember, it's already loaded. So I'm not even going to say that's what the throttle's for. That's what the clutch is for. Just open up your clutch hand, because as soon as you open your clutch hand to start moving, you are now in the friction zone, and you're going to stay in the friction zone until you complete this turn. All right? Everybody cool? Any questions? So I'm going to do all 3. I'm going to run through it first without stopping. Then I'm going to come back, stop before the white line. And then the last time I'm going to pass the white line. I'm doing it on the right side, but I want you guys to start on the left. And remember, guys, I want you to look where you want to go. Don't look at the cones. Your peripheral vision will pick up the cones. And please, don't hit the cones as you're driving up to get to the turn. I mean, if you do that, I'm going to have you get off the motorcycle and give you a sobriety test. Okay? Because all you're doing is going straight. Okay? Of course, if you hit it, it's not a big deal. I'm just busting balls. All right? All right. Come on, Jimmy. Show them how it's done. Straight through the first time. I meant to say Jerry. I'm sorry. I don't call Jerry every name other than Jerry. Jesse, Jimmy. All right. I want him to have that clutch up high. It's low. He's also got his head buried. I need him to pick his head up. Good. Straight through, Al. I can see the look of determination on Al's face. Oh no, that's fear. But it's okay. Look where you want to go. Pick your head up. Get that throttle up too. Make sure you pick your head up, Jerry. Look over here. Look at me. Now Jerry can make up for any little mistakes that he makes because he has a good feel for the friction zone. Look over there. Okay, now let's not forget the fundamentals. Again, we're still warming up. But what you guys are kind of doing when you're going through here is everybody's head is buried. You have to pick your head up. You have to look where you're going. So I'm also realizing that if you concentrate on one thing, you forget about another. And that's the throttle. You're always loaded, preloaded, and keeping it loaded. In everything we do, it never goes away. It never changes. Just how as good as your engine sounded in exercise number 2, as soon as you start to move here, I want it the same way. Because that way, if you feel anything, now Jerry has a very good feel for the friction zone. So he can kind of get away with a few things and he'll still be fine, right? I was telling the camera, or telling the preloaders, that Jerry actually practices slow riding. You compete with some buddies, right? So I know he's going to be good at that. But that skill is going to help him out with all of this stuff. All right. Now you, Al, when you get through here, you just open up the whole throttle, and that's why you just go straight through. When if your throttle's already high, that's why you don't have to worry about hitting that last minute throttle. Just let the clutch out a little bit, turn the handlebars, and like I said before, I don't care if you ride out of it. I'd rather you do that than put your foot down. But what you're doing is saying, I'm going to kind of let the motorcycle take over now because I'm getting nervous. And that's what I don't want you to do. I want you to remain the boss. All right. Now I know you still got your application in for being the boss, but we're working on that. All right. All right. Let's try it again. Al, I want you to just go straight through again. The rest, actually, all of you go straight through again. Because this time I want you to look where you want to go. I'm gonna stand over here and keep that throttle up. Okay. He hasn't hit a cone yet, but so that's a good thing. You know, I'm always going to find a silver lining. He is turning his head as well. Let's see if Bill looks at me. You're looking right at that cone. Bill won't look at me. Perfect. Oh, much better. Much better. Do it again. And the only difference that he did right there is turned his head. Throttle. I want to hear it. Look at me. Look at me. Bill won't look at me. Much better. Okay. You're looking at the cones the whole way up, and then you kind of look at me, but then you look at the cones over here. I want you to look straight ahead. You don't need to look at these cones. You're going straight. Your peripheral vision will see them. So it's almost like exercise number 5, which is the single serpentine, where you look straight ahead at the last cone as you're going up the single serpentine. Here, I want your head straight ahead. Don't look at these cones. And when you get close to the turn, then turn your head. I'm not asking you to turn your, because I saw it last time you came up. You had your head turned right here. I don't want you like this. So look straight ahead until you get to the turn, and then look where you want to go. Because remember, it's always look, turn, look, turn. Okay?
Where do I look? That way.
Look where you want to go.
Where?
Right before the turn. Right before you're going to turn the handlebars, that's when you look. Just like if you're doing a U-turn, which you haven't really done yet, right before you're going to make the U-turn, you look and you turn. And you make sure, don't worry about the cones. Look straight ahead and then look where you want to go. Just trust me, just do that. Throttle, throttle. I want to hear it, yeah. Keep it up there, just like that. Too much speed. Too much speed, that's all, just too much speed. And he's always going to have more speed because he gets nervous and he says, I'm going to relinquish control to the motorcycle. Now Bill is just making that, but he's not picking up his head. All right, you can stop now. Okay. Look where you want to go. Good. And you see he's using the rear brake. Now, what he just did is a perfect example. He started his throttle. He saw that he was moving too fast, so he used the rear brake to check him, and that's what kept him within the cones. When you get nervous, you just throttle out of it. You got to use that rear brake to keep you slower, okay? Try it again. Throttle. Still looking at the cones. Pick your head up. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's good. You stop right there. Okay, let's try it from a standstill. The issue with you is you're not turning the handlebars. Now you really have enough space where you don't have to turn the handlebars now, but I want you to do what feels comfortable to you right now. Look where you want to go, throttle, preload, keep it loaded. As soon as it starts to move, pick your foot up. So he's got to practice exercise number 3, trust and believe. He doesn't trust and believe, he's very tentative to pick his foot up. Bill, I have to get a pretty lady out here so that you'll look at her. Because these cones, it's a violation. They don't like being stared at. Look over there. Trust me, it's not like it's a wall or anything, so you don't have to worry about hitting anything except the cone. So just turn your head and look. Just trust me. Trust and believe. Look at me. And I want you to know that if you're looking in the corner of your eyes, I still see you looking at the cones. Look at me the whole time. Turn the handlebar. Look at me. You're still looking down. He can't get his brain to not look down. All right, just the last one for you, and then you're going to do right turns, right through. Good. That was good. And what was good about it is you're using that rear brake beautifully. I don't care if you have to put your foot down at the last minute. Everything else looked perfect. After this one, we're going to go to the right side. He was looking down at first, and he looked left late. That's why he was so far into the turn. He started to put his foot down, but he didn't. We're still fighting something here, so it's going to happen. You got to trust and believe, Al. Just like exercise number 3. Look where you want to go. Get that throttle up. It's too low. Keep it up. I'm going to put some cones right there for Al. If I tell him to go that way, then he's going to make that left. Same issue, Bill. Pick that head up. Look over here. He's still looking down. All right, straight through, Jerry, straight through. Nice. Look at that. Bill still has his head buried. As long as his head is buried, he's not going to make that turn. Reload! Very good. Head turn. Beautiful. Nicely done. Are you right-handed or left-handed?
Right.
Exactly. So that's why I tell people that theory is dead. You turn right better than you turn left for some reason. All right, let's see how you do on the standstill. Trust and believe. He's clearly more comfortable right than left. All right. Preload. Keep it loaded. Look over there. Nice.
Other foot.
Ankle, I saw it. You okay?
Oh yeah. See that every time.
Just stay there for now.
Oh, vibration of the bike.
Listen, I admire your steadfastness. However, you can't, well, I mean, I remember I said to you before when you hurt your ankle, maybe that'd be a bigger deterrent not to put that foot down. And you still did.
I didn't even.
Because it's an instinct thing. So, how about this? If you do choose to continue to do stuff out here, no more right turns for you. You cannot afford to put that foot back down.
No.
Right? I don't know what condition it's in now. Can you walk on it?
Yeah, that's I can walk on it.
Okay. I got to take everything Al says with a grain of salt. I really do. All right.
I just feel a little something right up here on the ankle part, up the top part. But
Just so you know, this is Herb's turn. Herb did this turn on an M109 and drifted through it. Tokyo drifting. And he only hit one cone, and that was with the rear wheel while he was drifting. Right, so this is an infamous turn. Herb's a pioneer. All right. Did everybody go through this? Right turn? No. Bill, you didn't.
Yeah, I'll skip that. I'm still working on the left.
You're still working on the left. Okay. All right. We're going to move on to exercise number 5, which is the single serpentine. Al, of course, you're more than welcome. Exercise number 5, people. Single serp. All right. Jerry, the last time you were here, we had these cones at 20 feet, and I had 15 over there. I don't do 20 feet anymore. It's just ridiculously wide. It's too much space. I want people to actually lean. Again, this is not an issue for you. So, single serpentine. Now we're getting into an exercise where we're actually incorporating some lean into the motorcycle. We've already turned the handlebars in exercise number 4. Here in exercise number 5, we're going to incorporate lean You're in the friction zone the whole time, all right? So what I'll tell you guys is the cones are in the middle and you have a line on this side and a line on that side. I'd like you to, I don't want you hugging the cones because that gives you the tendency to want to be straight up and down as you're going through this. And that's not what we want. We want some lean incorporated. So I want you to come out to at least the middle between these lines. All right? And when you make your turns, before I even get to this cone, my handlebars are turned. Because when I pass it, I'm passing it close. I'm close to it. And the reason I'm close to it is because if you turn in the middle or closer to this cone, eventually it's going to catch up to you. It's not impossible, but it just makes things more difficult. So, the whole time you're doing this, you're looking straight ahead. You hear me, Bill? Straight ahead. I don't want you staring at the cones. If you want to look at a cone, look at the last cone and just keep looking at it. Turn. Your head is still looking that way. Your peripheral vision will pick up these cones. You're starting your turn early. You're coming out wide so that you're coming close to this cone. All right, I'm going to demonstrate it, but I'm going to demonstrate it coming towards you so you can actually see what I'm doing. Actually, I'll do it both ways. I'm looking straight ahead the whole time. But more importantly, the whole time I'm in that single serpentine, my throttle is just like that. Just like your guy's throttle was in exercise number 2. That way, if I need any speed, all I'm doing is that. And rear brake, all right? All right. Let's do it, Jerry. And again, we're just warming up out here. Very nice. And he's going to go to exercise number 6, which is the U-turn. Because he wants to keep practicing his right U-turns. So good for him. His throttle's kind of low. He always seems to make up for it. Okay, his throttle's up nicely. Very good. Very good. Very good. So now Jerry's got them all doing the U-turn. Very nice. I knew he wouldn't have a problem with it. Very nice. Here comes Bill. Now Bill's going to stay here when we're done, I'm sure. And practice the serpentine, the right turns and the left turn. Throttle! This throttle is too low. I see him using the rear brake. I like to see that. He's got to stop burying his head. His head is buried into the handlebars. And if there's a cone to look at, that's what he's looking at. He's not going out wide like I want him to, but again, we're just warming up. This is the first time going through it. And that's what I want to see. I want to see swinging and swaying. I want to see the motorcycle dipping and diving. And I want Jerry to get his throttle up when he's in these turns. Very nice. Now he's going for the left U-turn. Always better than the right. Look at that. So we're going to fly through this today. I can see that. We're going to have some fun. Hey, Bill. I want you to go out a little bit wider, okay? Give me some swinging and swaying. There we go, a little bit better. And like I said, Bill's gonna come out here and he's going to kind of warm up on his own. All right, we're gonna go to the U-turn, exercise number 6, which they're already doing anyway, but I think I'm gonna move it into 20 feet maybe. I'll ask them what they want me to do. 24 feet, 20 feet. I already know what Jerry's answer is gonna be. Jerry's making U-turns in about 18 feet. All right, exercise number 6, U-turn. I don't want to keep it at this width, but it's totally up to you. I already know what Jerry's answer is, so I'll leave it up to you. Do you want to keep it at 27? You want me to move it to 24? You want me to move it to 20? You want me to move it to 18?
Good where it's at.
You're good where it's at? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Good, absolutely. All right. So I know you guys already know. Tell me your name again.
Loren.
Loren. Okay, Loren, when you come into this U-turn, if you're making a left U-turn, I want you to come towards here. I don't want you to cheat yourself. I want you to turn your head and look at that cone over there. Actually, what I really want you to do is turn your head and look at my camera. Turn your head before you turn your handlebars. So when you get right here, turn and then turn. And when you turn your head, I want you to snap your head. If you turn your head slow, you're going to turn slow. Now, you have plenty of room here to turn slow, but we want to be in the habit of doing it a certain way so that if you ever want to tighten up your turn, you can. Same thing applies to the right turn. If you're going to make a right turn, you come over here. Now, you can look at this cone as you're approaching it. Once you get here, snap your head, look at my camera, and then turn the handlebars. You're always turning your head before the handlebars, and you're always turning quick. Don't give yourself whiplash, but you know what I mean. Turn it quickly and then turn your handlebars. Of course, lean, which you don't have a problem with. Jerry damn sure doesn't have a problem with. All right, and Bill has a slight problem with it, but I've seen him do this, so I know he can do it. All right, knock yourself out, Jerry. That's less than 18 feet. Bill's like, no, I'm not going, even though I'm next. Let Loren go. Bill's got to turn his head, and he still doesn't do it. His head is buried. Turn your head, man, turn your head. Look at my camera. It's okay. We're just warming up. Don't beat yourself up. Very nice. Very nice. I want Bill to look at me. Here I am, look at me. Look at me. His head is just buried. Gotta pick that head up. Very good. Let me get some more throttle. His throttle's really low. He always pulls it off, but like I said, we gotta have good habits. Pick up your head, Bill. You're not picking up your head. Look over there! Look over there! You know why he put his foot down? I stood here on purpose. Because he's worried about hitting me, but he wouldn't be. That's better. He's worried about hitting me because he's looking at me. Nice. I want them to stay left. You go right. Turn your head. Throttle, throttle. Nice. Because Jerry wants to practice on his right turn, so. Throttle, throttle. Turn your head. Pick your head up. I tell Bill to pick his head up and he goes like this, but he's still looking down with his eyes. Beautiful. Woo, the throttle's low, get it up. Bill, you're killing me. I say, pick your head up. And you go like this, but you're still looking down with your eyes. Come on, man. Pick up your head. Better. Now see how close he is to these cones? Watch what happens when I stand over there. Throttle, 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 throttle. Good. Nice. Get better. He turned his eyes that time. I want him to turn his head too. Throttle, whoa, whoa, that's low. Remember, his head and eyes. He's turning his eyes, but I need him to turn his head too. Throttle, throttle. Good. And Loren is using all of the space available to him. He's coming all the way over here, he's going all the way into the corner. I like it. Good, look over there. Throttle, 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 good. Beautiful. All right, people, exercise number 7, figure 8. All right, guys, exercise number 6, figure 8. All this is is what we were just doing in exercise number 6. This is 7. All you're doing is making a series of U-turns. So here's what I want you to know. When you come in here, first of all, Loren, excellent use of space on that U-turn. You went immediately to the extreme left to make that right turn, but not only that, you went deep into it as well. That's really going to come in handy here. I want you to use all of the space available. So when you first come in that gate, come over here. All right? I want you to, I usually have cones here. See this cone right here? I should have brought the cones. I want you to try to look at this cone when you go to make your turn. Same thing. Turn your handlebars, turn your head before you turn your handlebars. Now clearly, this is not The Exorcist, so it's kind of hard to look behind you. That's why I say try to, because you're going to get to a certain point in the turn where you can see it. So, turn your head, turn the handlebars, and you're coming around and going for that cone. As soon as your motorcycle is like this, now I want you to squeeze the clutch in, turn the handlebars. Now you're coming around, and now again I want you to try to look at that same cone. That's going to tighten your turn up even more so. Come straight towards it. Squeeze the clutch in. Let the clutch back out. Same thing. All right, so does that make sense? Okay. Looking for that cone in the middle. I'm going towards it. Still looking for it. There it is. Looking for it. There it is. Throttle is up the whole time. Constant the whole time. This is not about speed. A lot of the times people want to go faster because it makes, again, like I said before, the motorcycle kind of takes over a little bit. You don't have to go fast, but I don't want you to go too slow either. And Jerry, I want you to get your throttle up. It's so close to, Jerry breaks all the rules and still gets through stuff. I don't know how he does it, man. But one thing I will say about the last time Jerry was here, exercise number 8 right here, the double offset serpentine, his head was buried. He was looking at the cones. He wasn't looking where he was going to go, and he did fine. But when we got to that maze, that wasn't working anymore. He had to turn his head, all right? So that's why we get in the habit of doing it. So even if we don't need it, we're in the habit of doing it, all right? It's all yours, man. Good. Good. Throttle. Oh, that throttle is so low. He's scaring me. And straight out. Show him how it's done, man. Moved up on his seat. Good job, Jerry. Good. Keep that throttle up. Good. Look at me. Here I am. Here I am. Look at me. Good. Good job, man. Good job. He wants to beat himself up, but that was excellent. Good, good. Throttle. Good. Good. Excellent. Good. He's popping the clutch and it's throwing him a little bit, but he's fine. Beautiful. Good job. Good job. Four parking spaces. All right, I want to make sure that wasn't a fluke. Let's do it again. Good. Good. If he feels like he's making a mistake, he recovers. Good. Beautiful. Good job. Exercise number 8. All right. So guys, remember when we were in the, well, remember when we just were doing it in that figure 8. Remember how you would make a turn and come back to the middle? That's going to come into play here, because the way I want you to go through these gates is I don't want you going through them like this. I don't want you approaching them from an angle. I want you approaching them like this. And I want you close to this cone. Here's why. When you first come through this gate, the first thing you're going to do, if I had a cone, it'd be there, but you're going to go in that direction. Don't go towards the gate. As soon as you come through here, so when you come through here, don't feel like you got to come through straight and make a turn. You can actually come through like this if you want. I want you to go straight for here. All right? I want your eyes now looking at this. You should be looking at it already anyway. And then I want you to start your turn. When you get about right here, you're looking at the next gate. But when you go through this gate, you're coming through it just like you came through that one, sideways. So now you're passing through it like this. And now you're doing the same thing. You're going this way, not going towards it. And the same thing applies. Start your turn. You're looking at the next gate. You're coming out wide. You're getting close to this cone. And once you pass this gate, again, you're going through it like this. That makes your turns so much easier. You're doing mini figure 8s. That's pretty much what you're doing. Okay? Now let me run through it. Go through, I'm going this way. So you see which way my motorcycle's facing? I'm not going towards the gate. So I'm almost going back where I came from. So is it impossible to do it tight? No, it's not impossible, but again, work smarter, not harder. If I'm coming through like this, so it's not impossible. I also also want you to try to stay within the lines. And these are the lines. Now I have this spread out. Usually it's 24 feet apart. It's wider than that because I want to get, this is, again, because this is not a rodeo competition. I just want you guys to get accustomed to the turning. And but here's what I will tell you. If you guys, I say this all the time, if you can do the figure eight, you can do everything out. Well, you could do this. I started to say you could do everything out here. You really could, but I put some bonus stuff up there, so that doesn't really count. Outside of the bonus stuff, yeah, that's one of the most challenging thing is the figure eight. This is cake. All right. Any questions? Let's do it. So you coming right towards me. There we go. That's how it should look. Now Jerry's always on the edge anyway. And by that I mean he keeps his throttle a little low for me, but he always seems to pull it off. But when we get to that maze and when we get to that 18-foot, I put up a decapitated snowman, so we're gonna do that as well. By we, I mean me and Jerry. See, his throttle's low. It's very concerning to me. Beautiful. All right, he's turning his head. He's turning his head a little late, but he's good. Now see how he's coming through that wrong? Everything's gonna get tighter and tighter, but it's wide enough where he can still do it. Woo! That ankle almost got caught, but he picked it up. Good. Sweep out. See, he's making that turn too. Okay, that's good. That's good. Sweep all the way out. Now, see, now he's coming in the way I told you not to come in, which is at that angle. You can see how tight everything is now? It's just going to get tighter. Yeah. Now Jerry's doing the same thing. He's coming, well, no, he swept out that time. Good. You got to sweep out wide. He's using that rear brake. He's turning his head. Very good. I'm telling you, when Jerry first did this, there was no head turning. His head was buried. Loren, do you know what you did wrong? Okay.
I think so.
When you do this first turn, you came out nice and wide. Second turn, a little wide. Third time, not wide. So now you're coming in like I didn't want you to, like this. And man, that's just so much tighter, okay? Keep making them wide like a figure eight. better. Better. But it's catching up to him already. Up, see? That's tight. That's tight. If he makes this one, I don't know if he's going to make the gate. Oh, he's good, he's good, he's good. Yeah, because you can go through the gate sideways. Woo! There we go. We got a Chieftain Limited. He just showed up. I'm going to talk to this young man. He said, I didn't think you guys were out here. I thought you only came out here on Saturdays. Most of my practices have been on Sundays. So, much better, Loren. He said he knew what he was doing wrong. Then he said, I think I know. He clearly knew. Nice, coming out nice and wide. Good. Beautiful. I still would like him to turn his head a little bit more, a little bit quicker. But we'll see if it affects him in the maze. Because the last time Jerry did the maze, there were only 2 U-turns. And now there's 3. Let's see his head. No, he's still staring at those cones and then he's looking at them, but he's looking late. But at least he's looking. Last time he wasn't looking at all. And that's what we want, improvements, whether they're large or small. The small ones turn into large ones. Let's do it again, Loren. Good. Perfect. That was really nice turn right there. That was really nice turn right there. He's got very nice throttle control, good use of the rear brake. His head and his eyes are turning. His throttle control is excellent. Oh, it's like a work of art. When it's done correctly, it's like a work of art. Look at that lean. Oh, outstanding. Outstanding. We're doing the maze next, Jerry. You ready? You're ready. Whoa, get that throttle up. Let the throttle out, I don't know why. All right, that's exercises 1 through 8. We're gonna move over to the bonus ones now, which is the maze. Before we do that, let's talk to this guy trying to run away from the camera.
You had the helmet on the whole time.
Oh, so you guys know each other?
Yeah.
Did you? All right, we got a lot of questions. First of all, what's your name?
Hunter.
Nice to meet you, Hunter.
Major.
Hunter, how long you been riding?
About 14 years.
14 years. What are you riding?
2019 Indian Chieftain right now.
2019 Indian Chieftain. We're gonna go look at that in a second. How long you been riding that?
About a year.
Okay. And if you had to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best in slow speed motorcycle operation, what are you giving yourself?
So one of your guys say he was like a 7, so like a 4.
Nobody said 7 today.
Not today.
Oh, that was Ken, 7.3. The oddest so far. Okay, perfect. Now you said you didn't know that we were out here. So why are you out here? Were you out here to practice?
I actually just went for a ride today, and the guy over there parked next to you, he thought I was somebody else and put his flashers on, had me follow him in. He's like, oh, I thought you were somebody else.
So you're in the habit of just following strangers. Okay.
Well, I thought there was something wrong with my bike.
Are you going to be riding out here today?
Yeah, I might give it a shot.
Here's what I'm going to say. I think I said this earlier. There's almost 9,000 preloaders out there. And a good chunk of them are miles away from here. So I don't want people to show up at your house with pitchforks because you're right here with your motorcycle and you're like, I might do this. Are you a preloader?
I am.
All right, then I don't have to ask you if you're going to do it because I already know you are. All right, we're going to the maze. All right, guys, so what we have here is the maze. And like I said before, the last time Jerry did the maze, there were 2 U-turns. I had him come in, come out, and then come out here, and that was it. We just added 1 more U-turn. All right. And again, this is just a series of U-turns, but they're 18-foot U-turns. So if you can't make an 18-foot U-turn, this is not going to happen. All right, remember, turn your head before you turn the handlebars, and if you look late, you're going to turn late. Throttle! This throttle is so low. That's right, turn that head, good. Woo! Good, I got it. I admire Loren for even trying this. But it's not easy. All right, Jerry, make sure you go all the way to the side. You're kind of ripping yourself off a little. Throttle. That throttle's low. You got to get that throttle up. Throttle, good. 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 Good, good, good. One, two, three. Yeah, those right turns are kicking your ass. But we're going to get it.
I made it the first one.
That's right, we're going to get it. All right, make sure you lean over here, lean. All right, even a broken clock is right twice a day. Let's do it again. Make sure it wasn't a fluke. Throttle, throttle. All right, Jerry, show them how it's done, making these right turns. Show this motorcycle who the boss is. Well, you're already boss of your motorcycle. Show these right turns who the boss is. Because right now, the right turns are like, I'm in control. Throttle! All right, you ready to do the decapitated snowman?
Let's try it.
Oh, we're gonna do it. We ain't gonna try it. Because again, if you're doing this, you're doing that. It's the same dimensions, 18 feet. It just looks worse because it's a circle. All right, I call this the decapitated snowman because it's just the head of the snowman, an 18-foot U-turn, in a circle. Again, all psychological. If you're doing 18-foot U-turns anyway, this is no different, except that it's making you feel more confined. All right? Here's the gate to get in. Let me run it right quick in both directions. Use all the space you have. Look at the exit. Now the key to this, you have to look at the exit as soon as you get in that turn. Show them how it's done, man. Look at the exit. The only thing that messed you up is that you hit this cone and then you let out the clutch. You pull the clutch in. 1, 2, 3. Remember, Jerry, you make 18-foot U-turns in your sleep. So don't worry about this circle. Just make sure when you come in, you go all the way over here. Go all the way over here. Put your wheel right here. And then look at that exit. I should have told you that from the start. That's my fault. I'm going to stand where I want you to put your foot. Don't hit me. Keep that throttle up. Look at the exit. Throttle. I'm not leaning. I don't know why. All right, come on, baby. When you get in there, you got to lean. Throttle. One thing I will tell you about the decapitated snowman, you can't do this going fast. The thing that helped you out a lot there too, is you slow down. You can't do this fast because as you go fast, it's taking up space. So that was perfect. And you have mastered the friction zone enough to be able to keep this motorcycle leaned and upright. So that was perfect. Let's do that a few more times before we even think about going right, because you have to really get this down to make it right. All right, that was good though. I had no doubts. Look at the exit, good. Beautiful. So there goes the broken clock theory. Keep looking at the exit, good, good. Beautiful. And when he's comfortable, we'll do right turns. Wow, he kind of idled through that turn. I tell you, man, Jerry lives on the edge of the friction zone. And that's perfect. He's using all of the space that he has. His cone, his tire is coming right to the edge of the cone, and that's what you want to do. You want to make the turn, start the turn very early to the extreme, and then as soon as you get there, look at the exit. Look at the exit. That was his best one yet. That was his best one yet, because he looked at the exit right away. If you look slow, you're going to turn slow. Look at the exit. Good. And you see you don't hear anything scraping. He doesn't have to lean so much to scrape, but it's not far from it. It's not a far deviation from it. He's going for the right turn. Look at the exit. Go ahead. Yeah, you gotta lean. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You have to lean the motorcycle. Throttle. Now I want everybody to see, he's running over this cone with his front tire. Notice it's not throwing his tire. Notice he's fine. He can roll over it and keep going even in the lean. It's important that you guys know that. Don't worry about hitting the cone. Don't put your foot down because you think you're going to hit a cone. Just hit the cone, keep it going. This is a 900-pound motorcycle. This thing, I don't know what it weighs, but it's not even close to 900 pounds. I can assure you of that. Throttle, throttle. Lean, 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 lean. Stop, you're turning too early. That's my fault, I'm sorry. He's got to come in here and put his wheel right here. And then look at the exit. Good, throttle, throttle, lean, lean. Yeah, you gotta lean. That's the only way you're gonna make that. Because when you make an 18-foot U-turn just by using the lanes alone, the difference is with this, the whole thing is 18 feet. So the measurement from this cone to that cone is 18 feet. Whereas if you just use the lanes, you still have some room to do some other stuff. So straight across lane to lane is 18 feet, but obviously diagonal, it changes. All right, it's 15, 13 hours. We're wrapping it up out here. I had a lot of fun today. We had a late comer, and he's going to be back, though, definitely, because he's local, so I'm happy about that. So we will talk to, we're going to talk to James. We're going to talk to James, because James was nice enough to pick up all these cones for me. I said we were going to help him, but we were over here talking. Great group of guys here, and that's what happens. You know, I've noticed that whenever I talk to my preloaders, it's almost like a guy talking to a girl for the first time and you just can't get off the phone. That's how it is. I just want to talk forever because we're all talking about stuff that we're passionate about and we're knowledgeable about, and if we're not, we want to learn. We're all learning from one another, all right? And I love that. I appreciate that. I appreciate you for picking up the cones. Appreciate you for that F-150. Shelby.
It could be yours for the right price.
I got enough vehicles, man. I got enough vehicles, but it's nice. It definitely is nice. I'm looking forward to seeing the motorcycle.
You will.
ETA?
2-3 weeks.
Okay.
When the weather breaks.
Well, it's always in the 60s or 70s here.
Yeah, I'm 100 miles away, though.
Do you have a trailer?
No.
Damn it.
Why buy a motorcycle and trailer it?
Okay, so here's my answer to that. I'm glad James said that. Well, here's my answer to him. So, I told a couple of people, if you know that you're coming someplace to practice, now it's a different kind of riding. If you're really out here throwing this bike around, it wears you out. And then to know now you have to ride your motorcycle back 2-3 hours. Now everybody's different. You know, some people say, hey, I'm good, I don't care. I'm just not doing that. I'm not. Now when the weather's nicer, yeah, I get it. But if it's cold out, now again, guys, you know, I don't have cold weather gear. I'm never buying cold weather gear. I don't have rain gear. That's me. So with that, it has to be perfect weather for me to say I'm going on a long ride. So I understand there are people that are warriors. They're different. To me, I want to enjoy the ride. If I'm fighting the elements, that's not fun to me. All right? But that's just me. I don't have any problem. However you guys get here, get here. I just give the advice. So I'm looking forward to you coming. All right? And you said you rated yourself at a what?
2.
Okay.
2.5 max.
All right. So after today, what do you rate yourself?
Can I do the course?
I'm just kidding.
Can I do the course?
All right. Loren.
The cones are spread out enough. I could do the course.
They are. You could. All right. Did you enjoy yourself today?
Fantastic. Good day.
Okay. And I was very impressed. I mean, the bike looked good, and I said to myself when I first saw it, I don't know how he's going to do on this thing. But I'm also learning to not judge a book by its cover, because the bike, I mean, I said to myself, he's not going to really challenge himself because he doesn't want to drop this thing. Now, you notice, no engine guards on his motorcycle. So if it falls, something's getting scratched. All right? So I appreciate that. Tell us what you rated yourself when you first got here.
I think I said a 3.
Any difference in that number?
Not really. Just it got easier as the day went through, but I don't think I'd rate myself any higher.
Okay, I'm going to say he's being modest. And the only reason I say that is, and this is just me, anybody that does the figure 8 are not a 3. That's my opinion, though. If you can do the figure 8, you're not a 3. And he pretty much did everything out. Actually, not pretty much. He did everything out here. And when I say everything, I'm talking about the basic 1 through 8. The other stuff is bonus stuff. But he still tried it on that motorcycle more than once. And he even tried it again and followed the leader. So big ups to you, man. I appreciate it. That's what's up. All right, Jerry.
Yes, sir.
Now you guys know Jerry I can't say money's worth because it's free. He gets his time's worth. Well, how long is that ride again?
3 hours and 10 minutes.
See, I was undercutting him. I thought it was 2 hours and change. So, and he's out there working. What did you rate yourself?
5.5.
Any change in that?
Maybe I'll go to a 6 because I made it through the maze today.
Thank you. That makes me feel really good. No way in the hell he's anything with a 5. So we'll give him a 6. All right. He did an excellent job. He did that. Oh, it's gone. He did that maze, but he's going to continue to work on the right turns, correct?
Right.
Okay. It's not just me. It's not just Hunter. We're going to talk to Hunter too. The right turns are real. All right. Now we are going to talk to Hunter. Hunter, tell us what you're riding again.
It's a 2019 Indian Chieftain.
Okay. So now we're going to look at Hunter's 2019 Indian Chieftain. When I see a Chieftain, I feel a little sentimental because it reminds me of mine. How many miles are on this thing?
A little over 6,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Everybody rides their motorcycle except me. A little over 6,000 miles. So what we're going to do now, Hunter came late, so we couldn't go through all the exercises. He did participate and follow the leader, and I appreciate that. But he's going to come back because we need to make him be the boss of this motorcycle. Right now, he doesn't want to drop it, and nobody wants to drop their motorcycle. I get it. Please realize that it is an occupational hazard. It's like loving to play football, but you don't ever want to catch the football. All right? You have to. It's going to happen, or you don't want to get tackled. All right? Anyway, I appreciate everybody coming out, and I want to thank you all. Well, hold on. We got another guy here. Are you a preloader?
Yeah, I'm a preloader.
Okay. Are you subscribed to my channel?
No, I'm not currently.
Is he a preloader, people?
Not a preloader.
No.
I'm a freeloader.
Do you own a motorcycle?
Currently, I don't.
Okay. Do you have are you dedicated to being more proficient in slow? Hold up. Do you know how to ride a motorcycle?
Yes, I do.
Are you dedicated to being proficient in slow speed motorcycle operation?
I'm dedicated to being proficient in everything.
Okay. Please answer the
I'll
question.
say yes.
Okay. Okay. So all you need to do is subscribe to my channel, and you are a preloader, my friend. Okay?
Sounds good.
All right. All right. There's only 2 prerequisites. Be dedicated to being more proficient in slow speed motorcycle operation, and obviously being subscribed to the channel. All right, guys. That's going to do it for us. All right, guys. So that's going to conclude advanced slow speed motorcycle riding practice session number 9. As you can see, still have some preloaders behind me, hanging out, having a good time, having conversations. And it's funny, I told them, I said, whenever I get into a conversation with one of my preloaders, it's like a guy talking to a girl for the first time on the phone. They like each other, and they just can't hang up the phone. You hang up. No, you hang up. That's the analogy I use because it's always good conversation. You know, we're passionate about what we're talking about. We want to learn from one another, and that's pretty much what we're doing. We're learning from one another. All right? I love this community. I love all my preloaders. So, as always, I appreciate you guys. I'm going to say again, if you guys like this video, subscribe, like, and share. And if you want to see future videos that I put out and be notified of them, hit that notification bell and change it to all. All right? All right, we're going to get out of here. Again, it was a great time. A lot of people out here having fun, challenging themselves. Remember what I always tell you guys. The goal here is not for you to drag your floorboards, make 18-foot U-turns. None of that is the goal. The goal is to raise your confidence. all right? So that you could be a safer rider out there. That's the goal. If you get there, that other stuff will come. And even if it doesn't come, remember, it's not the goal, all right? I want to take this opportunity also to again thank my preloaders who have contributed to the channel. I highly appreciate it, okay? It's so much appreciated. Everything that you do, everything that you give is appreciated. The gifts, you know, thank people that send me things, people that make charitable donations, monetary donations, people that send me emails, people that put comments. It's all appreciated, okay? I can't thank you guys enough for that. I want to give a shout out to my brothers and sisters in blue. Please be careful out there and know that you're appreciated. Special shout out to the NYPD Highway Patrol Motorcycle Unit, particularly Highway 1, which is where I used to work, and the Highway District Motorcycle School, because that's where I learned how to ride this motorcycle. But the learning doesn't end there. As I always tell you guys, this is a finite skill. You have to practice it, all right? If you don't, you're gonna lose it. All right, I also want to tell you guys, Al decided to leave so that he can go home, which I'm glad that he made this decision. He has some fight in him. He always says, I don't want to quit. But, you know, the way I watched Al's ankles I'm going to have nightmares about Al's ankles. So I always understand, guys. I don't ever want you to think I don't understand what you're thinking, what you're feeling, what you're going through, because I've gone through all of it, all right? So it's hard to not put your foot down. As a matter of fact, he told me, I don't even know I'm doing it. That's because it's an instinct, all right? But he's going to go home, wrap it, put some ice on it, and hopefully that's all it's going to take, okay? All right. But, of course, I'll keep you guys informed of what's going on with Al. He's a preloader. He's a brother. He's going to be taken care of. And when I say he's a brother, I mean he's a brother because he's a preloader, not because he's a brother. You understand? All right, guys. But he's one of those too. All right. All right, guys. Practice, 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 because practice breeds confidence, and a confident rider is a safer rider. Until next time.